Hey guys, what's up? It's Chad. For today's video, we are going to start out with this 2004 Chevrolet Tahoe. Take a look at this bad boy. Got three hood scoops on the hood because you know your intake is here, here, and also here. Got your chrome wipers, wiper arms. Oh yeah, look at that back of that thing. Got the big mud flap girl, two bulls running towards her. What are they going to do to her? Are they going to wobbly H her? Ooh, but this guy drives down the highway like this. Thinks he's so cool. I wonder how much money was spent on this truck. Um, and looks like it's got the Jaguar hood ornament on it. Because, you know, you could easily fool anybody into thinking this is a Jaguar. I mean, and look at all these vents. Like on the door, got one vent about a foot north of this vent. Like, what do you need vents on your door for, dude? And like, what are you airing out your cargo area? Ugly ass wheels, just an atrocity. Let's go through the comments section. Inol is me, redneck win a lottery. Nah, dude, this isn't redneck shit. This is California shit. Rednecks don't do this shit to their trucks. I mean, like the grill guard and like the tail light guards, that's the extent of it. Got Taylor Swift freaking out right there. Next, we have this 2022 Lamborghini Urus, modded by the infamous Mansari company. I honestly don't know how to pronounce that, but everyone's been pronouncing it Mansari. Great choice of a name. Lime green interior to match. It's got 1,200 miles on it. It's at a dealership. It's got two previous owners. It's 1 year old and has 1,200 miles. Yeah, they ditched it after half a year and 600 miles. They're probably getting so much shit for owning that thing. Driven only 1,200 miles annually. Oh, yeah, it's only 1 year old. Automatic transmission, that's just redundant. You can only get automatics in these. It provides for a smooth yet reliable ride. Okay, because manuals can't do that. 8-cylinder engine, also redundant. Fuck off, Norton. Also redundant. You can only get 8 cylinders in these. All-wheel drive, also redundant. You can only get all-wheel drive, and you can only get these as all-wheel drive. Fuck off, Norton. Oh my god, dude. Bryce Bach, 600 miles is all it takes for an owner to realize how corny it is. I'm surprised it took that many miles. Yeah, 6-year-olds would like it. Ugh. Not a beater or a racer? I mean, I've gotten that comment a million times. Read my bio, dude. My Stiffy 14 comments, for that price, it better come with lube for whoever is getting fucked. Yeah. I mean, almost half a mil for this shit box. Cheddar526 says, hey, now, motherfuckers, don't talk shit about the Mansaris. Sure, he's joking. Hopefully. He does follow me, I'm sure he's joking. Alright, next we have this fake. I know, you're shocked, right? Mercedes-Benz C11. Alright, so let's start with the car. The description's pretty long. I won't read all of it. I'll read a little bit of it. But, I mean, first off, just so obviously fake. So here's some real Mercedes C11s. I mean, not even close. Quite the steering wheel right there. It's not even a flat bottom. It's like curved in. And in the description, which I'll get to in a minute, the current owner says he's 5'9", and he says it's a snug fit. So I kind of understand the need for like a flat bottom steering wheel, but this one is curved in. It has like points right here and here. So like it stabs you in the knee every time you got to make a turn. It punishes you for driving a fake C11. Seats do not look comfortable. Um, so the current owner says he's owned it about 2 years, and this is off of eBay, dated 1/3/22. It's September 1st, 2023. So it actually hasn't even been a full year, but I don't know. He's probably been trying to sell this thing for a year. So maybe he typed this. I'm not going to read all of it, but I'll just go through a little bit of it. The thing that I noticed is he has a lot of words just randomly uppercased, like looms here, uh, quiet, chrome here, electric here. I will give him credit. He did hyphenate up to date because up to date actually is one word. Not many people know that, so I'll give him that. Fun trivial fact. Then reservoir randomly uppercased. He spelled brake correctly. Then he spelled rear incorrectly. Dash, hydraulic. You can see down here hood. Then the description for the ad reads, "This was one of 8 kits made and shipped to the U.S." Chose to spell out the word one, but then didn't spell the word eight or two. So just really random choices for pretty much the entire description. And can't believe 8 people were like, yeah, sign me up. I would love to own an obviously fake C11. Car has been featured in multiple auto magazines. I see that a lot in descriptions, like, "Oh, it's been magazines. It's been magazines." So what? Cartman's mom was on the cover of Crack Car Monthly. Like, who gives a shit? Like, your car was on the cover of Fake Car Monthly. I mean, like, cool. Cool. You made it in a magazine, but that's not the flex you think it is. It gets the most attention. I by far get the most attention driving this around. Yeah, you don't always get attention for a good reason. Said the car ran perfect until about 2 months ago. The clutch went out, and there is a small crack in the oil pan. And again, just like random uppercase. The doors is uppercase, carb, bars, all lights. Spelled brakes wrong here. Had dreams of putting $3 into it to make it truly one of a kind, but I got too many projects these days, and also wrong form of two. And you know what? If you got too many projects, I'm happy he's ditching this one. Let's go through the comments here. 58 Blonde just said, honestly, it's not even that bad, but the scoop gotta go. Looks fun. And I'm not gonna lie, this would be fun to drive. It does have a 350 Chevy in it, but dude, it looks like shit. It's horrible. Um, Not even close to the real thing. I mean, I like the wheels and tires, but here's what I think someone should do with this. Just take all the Mercedes and AMG C11, take all that shit off. Stop trying to convince people it's a real C11, and then just drive around in essentially a V8 powered go kart. So, I mean, like it would be fun to drive, or just take all the body panels off. Leave the windows for the cab. But no, I mean, it looks like shit. Ivan Guerra says, "Let's keep it rare." Yeah, I agree. Susby says the C11 at home. Yeah. Username not valid comments. Mercedes can't 11. I like that one. The fuck. Ain't no way that's supposed to be a C11. Uh, Honestly, although it looks like a bag of shit, I reckon it'd be a blast driving that thing and would definitely be a head turner for the wrong reasons, but still, for 15K, no chance. And then the Instagram voters voted whether or not this was a good deal. 53% said no, 16 just okay, 31 yes. So I voted no for this as well. I mean, it's a small block Chevy 350 and probably like a tube chassis. I mean, it's not worth 15K. Next, we have this 2009 Wildfire van. Chinese made van with a 600cc motorcycle engine. Supposed to get 70 miles or 70 miles a gallon. Street legal. Doesn't run, needs a coil. Very rare. They only made them for 2 years. So, I mean, I don't know what happened in this thing. Probably tipped over. I was probably trying to swerve and hit something and rolled it. I don't know. I mean, the roof looks okay. I don't know. But I mean, the side is all scratched up. So it probably has been slid onto its side, just not onto its roof. 400 bucks. And all it needs is a coil, and you get a rare Chinese van they only made for 2 years. And there can't be many of these in the US. I've never seen them. I mean, yeah, it's a cheap Chinese van. It's probably not that great, but I mean, if you just want something like rare and obscure, especially in the US, this is it. I think it's cool. I like it. If I had the room and the money, I'd buy it. Maybe offer him like 300. I think 400's a little steep. Um, Panasonic 3 Do commented, I'd buy it just to scrap it and put it out of its misery. I mean, I get it's in really rough shape, but I mean, they're not everyday things. I don't think it should be scrapped. I mean, yard art or put it in a museum or just put a coil on it. Although the distributor looks like it's out of it too, but if the distributor's good, should be an easy fix. I mean, parts availability might be tough, but with Amazon and eBay and the internet, I mean, you could probably order stuff from China and get it going. And 65% of people said it was a good deal. All right, next we have this 1999 Honda Civic EX. So just looking it over here, first thing, like, what is with these chains, dude? Is like using it as a brush mower. I mean, I've only seen chains like this on a brush mower. Um, got all your stickers that, all these products probably aren't even on this vehicle. Your vortex generators, your green drums, your clear taillights, wing, cheap ass, fender flares. Got some sort of pattern on the roof. I can't tell what it is. But if you look on the inside, he's got it around his shifter for his automatic and his airbag. And this car is probably glued to the dash. I mean, it kind of looks like it's at a show. I don't know. Or it's at a Honda dealership. I don't know. I mean, is this a car meetup or a dealership? Can't tell nowadays. So, I mean, if it's at a show, I can see, putting a car in the dash just while it's parked. That's fine. But if he drives around with it, that thing's got to be glued to it. And that's the airbag. That's a badge glued to the steering wheel. And it's also a red badge, which is only for Type Rs. And I'm not a Honda expert, but they didn't make Type Rs with automatics, at least in this body style. And then you got stuff on the dash here, and I don't even think they're gauges. They don't even have wires going to them. It's probably a compass. If you get in a wreck, this badge and this car, they're going into your face. Guy must work for Takata. I mean, it is a Honda. And you got your lime green accents everywhere, your lime green floor mats. A lot of vehicles on this page are lime green. Now, I don't have a problem with the color green if it's like a darker green, but like lime neon green is just ugly. And he's got his wiper arms painted lime green, his valve covers, and even the heat shield. Like, why would you paint your heat shield lime green or any color at all? It's all flaking off. I mean, the heat shield itself looks like it's cracking. You got your hot engine bay air intake. Now, I'm not against like replacing the stock, you know, tube that's all made out of rubber and has all like the ribs right here. But if you're gonna do this, the air filter has to be in its own box, or its own compartment, so it's not sucking in hot engine bay air. Go through the comments here. Olo G561305 comments. I think the chains in the back keep the asphalt down as it's tearing up the streets. You're right, man. It's for keeping rock chips down. That's what it is. You called it, bro. As he tears it up with this bad boy. um, Rosham Brody painted the damn heat shield. Yeah, I'm happy I'm not the only one that noticed it. Could be worse. Not bad. It's pretty bad. Has potential. Versace sheets. Finally, something actually riced. I mean, if you're saying this is the first ricer on this page, I mean, you're saying everything else on this up to this point has not been rice. Like, you don't think this is rice? Oops. You don't think this is rice? Think this is a sick tuner, bro? You think this isn't rice? This is a sick tuner? Or is he complaining that the day before I went without posting a ricer? Because these three here is what I posted the day before. So is he mad I went a full day without posting a ricer? Oh no. I'm just gonna hope this guy was joking and being sarcastic. He's probably just joking. So anyway, speaking of that 1991 Honda CRX, let's take a look at it. Got the BMW grills. I mean, this one looks a little crooked to me. It kind of looks like this is up higher than this one. And like, are you really trying to fool people into thinking this is a Beamer? I mean, those kind of look like BMW taillights too. And the interior. Looks like someone took an alligator, shoved a firecracker up its ass, shoved it in the car, lit it, closed the doors, and this was the end result. I mean, how many gators had to die? I mean, like, had to be quite a few gators to do the whole roof and the doors, the seats. I mean, oh, the subwoofer box too. I mean, if I was an alligator and my skin ended up on a rice the fuck out CRX, I'd be pissed. I mean, if it ended up in like a lifted truck, like some hillbilly redneck truck that was cool and not a brodozer, a lifted truck that has big tires and big sidewalls on it, I'd be like, all right, cool, this truck's cool, fine, you can use my skin as seats and whatnot. Uh, I mean, it's just accept. I mean, the floor floor mats too, man. A pillars. Like if it was just the seats, it wouldn't be that bad. But I mean, it's everywhere pretty much. Like I'm surprised the dash isn't Gator. I keep my car in the garage over 18 years. And I had no issues. Like maybe if like the tranny or the engine went out and you're like, oh yeah, I'll fix it later, and then life happens, you have kids or you have medical issues, shit happens, I get it. But I mean it had no issues and you parked it for 18 years. I mean, what does that say? You mean it means you didn't even want to drive around in this embarrassment shit box CRX. And also, does it have just one scissor door and one normal door? Or is the strut that keeps the doors up, is it bad on this side? You know? Or did he run out of money and he only could afford the kit for the one door? Imagine how humiliating it must be to drive that. Yeah, that's bad. I mean, what the fuck in the interior? Puking emoji. Yeah, it's horrible. Not the beamer taillights. Yeah, throwing BMW shit on a Honda. At least, like, I'm looking through the comments. At least everyone's kind of in agreement that the front is just bad, which it is. That's really bad. Yeah, and most people said it wasn't a good deal. All right, next we have this 1954 Facial Freighter. It had a mile long description, so I actually read it and made that in a separate post. The description took me 4.5 minutes to read. Pretty much just went through the history of these trucks, and it's like, hey, you could turn this into an RV or a food truck or whatever. Um, but these are really rare. I think they only made them for a few years, like 600 of them were built, and they had issues with the frame. So if you have like a couple-year-old truck and it has frame issues, they probably got scrapped. But I mean, I think this thing is cool as hell. I would love to own it if I had the room. Alien Dennis commented, rare equals nobody wants these. I commented, that's not true. I would love to own this truck. Uh, Natha.n.r commented, wrong. I would love one of these. PSCLLKC commented, I do. DXDGE, I'd daily the sucker. It would be so sick to show up somewhere in a building. Yeah, so I'm gonna hope that this guy was just making an exaggeration. Like when you say something is a sales flop, you're like, oh, no one wanted that, no one bought those. Well, it's not like literally no one bought them or wanted them. Like the Cadillac Catera, that was a sales flop. People still wanted them and people still bought them, just not very many. Or like when a movie is a box office flop, people will say no one wanted that movie, no one wanted to see it, no one saw it. Well, some people saw it, some people wanted to see it, some people did see it, did go and see it. So I'm hoping this guy was not being literal and he was just making a bit of an exaggeration, but this is the same guy that doesn't understand why people want old cranes. Ilian Dennis comments, I don't get why people would want to own old cranes and stuff. So, I mean, there are a lot of people that would love to own this truck, myself included. It did well as far as likes. It got almost 2,100 likes. I say anything with over 1,000 likes does well, or it did well. And I mean, it was a pretty close result when it came to was it a good deal or no. I mean, 40% said no, 38 said yes, 22% said just okay, and yeah, in the description it says that it didn't run. The head was sold off of it. The block was still there. I don't know why you would sell just the head, but the head was missing. So, and also the condition of the transmission is therefore unknown, but the transmission's there. So, I mean, if you could like drop them down to just like four or like 3,500 bucks, it'd be cool. And also, I mean, super rare. And what I would do with this truck, like, don't restore it. And so many people have the intention, like, oh, it's not worth it because it would cost a fortune to restore. Well, you don't have to restore it. Just keep it as is. Maybe source ahead, get it running and driving as is. I mean, the thing tops out at probably 45 when it was new anyway. So, I mean, yeah, you could do a motor swap, but with the engine partially being there, I think that'd be kind of a sin. I wouldn't be like super mad if someone did engine swap it and get it back on the road, but I think in a museum or, like I said, just source ahead, get it running. That would be cool. Or, just trailer it to like a truck show. It'd be cool. Or just don't even get it running. Just put it on a trailer and just bring it to truck shows. All right, next we have this 2019 Dodge Charger Hellcat, the Grinch edition. So the Charger Hellcat Grinch edition. Honestly, the biggest reason I posted it was because of the interior. And the lime green, again, it's just hideous. And, the car used to be lime green and they put this wrap on it. At least the green they chose was a little bit darker, still a little too bright for my liking. Um, I do like the Grinch character though, so I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's just the interior. And honestly, if it wasn't for the interior, I wouldn't have posted this car. There's a description. It actually does have some upgrades. I'm not going to read all of it. And it was actually a well-written description as well, but it's at a dealership, so they know the importance of, a good description and getting the entire vehicle in frame. A lot of private sellers on Marketplace don't do that. Anyways, let's go through the comments here. Bathroom sign said, it's ugly, but it's not a beater. Maybe Beyond or a Ricer because it has performance mods. I get that comment all the time. Again, read my bio. Stargazin XOU comments, that's not even a Hellcat either. Question mark, love the confidence. Yeah, it's a Hellcat. So in the Facebook Marketplace ad, there was a picture of the engine, and it is a supercharged V8. I just didn't include it in the post because I didn't think people would argue about the legitimacy of this being a Hellcat. I mean, he says it's got a Scat Pack hood and the back badge is so off from the side, but I mean, yeah, it's a real Hellcat. And then a lot of people just arguing about the price, so just shy of 60K for over 70,000 miles. Let's see how everyone voted on it. Yeah, 52% said no, it's not a good deal. So I'm going to wrap it up for today's video. Thanks for watching.